people, many of these journalists and writers and photographers who come to this place called Niyamgiri, which is very close to my house, and where Arundhati Roy also wrote the same book, Walk with the Comrades, just 30 kilometers from that, and I couldn't connect at all. So when they go, they only present one side of the story, and that side of the story is they would talk about state as a vague, some vague entity. They would say that, state is, the fight is between state and the Adivasis, that's all, and there is no other stories. But just near to that we stay, and it's been more than 30 years since more than 40 years, I guess, yeah, since 1969, when for the first time when Srikakulam armed rebellion happened, most of the Kama people, they started migrating towards southern Odisha, and they started staying there, and through different fraudulent means they started acquiring huge acres of land, especially from the Kond community. And in those lands, the community that I belong to, the Dom community, our people work as landless laborers. And this side of the stories are never spoken about. This side of the stories would never be spoken about. So they would only talk about state. They wouldn't talk about another society which is practicing all of this. And these working as landless laborers in all of these fields is very inhuman, because you do not get wages, you do not get proper wages. Every single day you wake up, you go work there. The only thing you get is basi bhat. Basi bhat is the stale food that is left over from the night, from the last night, and they would give it as if they would give those foods to the Dome people as if it's some kind of as if you're feeding some animals. In a huge bucket, they would put everything. They would put cabbage, rice, dal, water, everything. They would mix everything and they would give, and people would eat, and they would work the whole day. And when they do that, nobody, the children who are staying at home, they cannot go, they cannot go to school, they cannot do anything. The only thing they have to do is they have to take care of the house, they have to clean the house, they have to, do everything in the house. And so it affects them. It also affects older people who are deprived, because since there is no one in the house and the younger ones have to take care of themselves, the elder ones also would be deprived. So now, I want to relate as to how, when this happens, many of our people, since there is a CRPF Maoist conflict that also is very much prevalent in our area, so many of them migrate to cities. So how all of these work out? So this poem is for that. Home is no home, it's like Nero's Rome. Deadly syndrome, you treat us like scum. Here Maoist CRPF freely roam. I'm going insane by all the groans. We don't need your fast development drone. Land acquisition, environmental degradation, caste brute, human rights violation. We have no human rights commission. We don't need your compensation, no rehabilitation. Let us stay in our home and habitation. Too many people displaced to the slums of your cities. Construction workers, roadside vendors, wage laborers. They all live in deplorable living conditions. You have crushed all dreams and aspirations. It's consumed in our nightmares and screams. They work hard all day long just for a few grains of food to sustain their life's breathing patterns. They shake their sweats like steaming vapor. These harsh conditions come over and over. The informal economy don't give no proper wage, no job security, maternity leave. It's built on the oppressed toiling masses and grief. Our mothers and sisters are made to work in your houses, getting every day abused by your spouses. For them there is no domestic violence clauses. Bruises and aches with no clothes on roadside. You see our kids. You see our kids with bruises and aches with no clothes on roadside. At times you ignore, sometimes you give some coins to the kids. You think you have done great deeds. Never thought about the problem seeds. Home is no home, it's like Nero's Rome. This is just a small part of our lives. We'll keep telling more as long as we're alive. We no longer want to survive. Give back our homes, we want to thrive. Yeah, we keep treading on our memory.